all kinds of trouble. I love coffee. I think I love coffee more than the average person. I love coffee so much, I go to bed, and after I think about Jesus, I think about the cup of coffee I'm going to have in the morning. And it's the same cup of coffee I have every morning that the human Ken doll makes me, and I put the same amount of half and half in it, and it's just like not fancy, but I love coffee. I just want to tell you, I love coffee so much that I am willing to look so stupid for coffee. Here's a funny story. Stupid story, really. Banyan is my pastor. He started Jesus Culture years and years ago. And I became an intern for Jesus Culture when I was 21 years old. And we're on a tour bus, and we're touring some country. Jesus Culture was doing youth events like this in Germany or something. And we're on the tour bus, and I was the intern. I was doing the merch table. And Banyan was laughing at how much we were talking about. We were looking in the new city that we had rolled into for the coffee shop. We're like, coffee. Now, Banyan has not seen the light yet, and this man doesn't drink coffee. I know. Pray for us. We serve a heretic. No, I'm just kidding. So he doesn't drink coffee, and he's like, you guys are so addicted. He's one of those people, those snobby, He's like, you're so addicted. Now, 21-year-old Becky is full of confidence, right? Amen. We all are at 21. And I'm like, my coffee addiction is no different than your social media addiction, because he loved Twitter at the time. Twitter was big. And he's like, really, you wanna have a little competition? I am very competitive, you guys, okay? And I'm like, absolutely. He goes, let's fast. You fast coffee, I'll fast social media for a week, and we'll see which is harder. And I'm like, done. Absolutely. Let's start. I'm like so ready to show Banyan at 21 that I could do this. Just telling you how stupid I'm about to look. So we get home, we get stateside, and he's like, all right, Monday. I'm like, let's do it. Come on, Beebs, let's do this, And I'm like talking smack, and we had something on the line. I don't know what we were betting. And so he gets ready, he deletes Twitter from his phone, and he deletes all his social media from his phone, and I go home, and I'm like, Derek, I'm fasting coffee for a week, and I just brewed the biggest pot of coffee, and I just drank it all, and I'm like, goodbye, I love you, see you in a week. And I'm ready. Monday morning, we get into work. I was working there at the time as an intern, We get in Monday morning to the office. And Jesus Culture at the time had a really nice Italian espresso machine. And everybody's around the espresso machine at 9 a.m. and they're making their lattes, and if you drink coffee, the smell, it's just, so good. I told you I love coffee. And I make it about 30 minutes. And I run over and I'm like, forget it, I don't care, it was a stupid fast anyway. And it felt like God asked me to. And I pour myself a latte and I'm just sitting at my desk all happy. And I don't think about, I'm just 21, right? So I'm not thinking long term. I don't think about the fact that Banyan's gonna walk in and I'm gonna have to come face to face with my own weakness here. And so he strolls in, 10 o'clock, and he peeks in my office and I'm just holding a big old cup of coffee. And he's like, what are you doing? You couldn't make it 1 hour? And I'm like, shut up, you're stupid. And I just drink the coffee. Never fasted coffee since. God hasn't asked me. And then he used that story for a decade, preaching around the world to talk about how weak-willed we could be or something. Like I became a national butt of a joke, all for the love of coffee. No regrets. Still remember how it tasted. It was delicious. Now here's the thing, coffee isn't bad for me, right? Coffee's not evil. Coffee doesn't hurt me. But I love coffee. But I understand this, you guys. If I drink coffee, which I do, right? If I drink a lot of coffee, I understand it dehydrates me. So when I drink a lot of coffee, I'm extra dehydrated. Now if I take that dehydrated state and I go drink a bunch more coffee, and I'm like, why am I thirsty? What's wrong? I'd be like, well, people who are around me ask me this all the time, like, how much water have you drank today versus how much coffee? I understand coffee isn't bad for me until I try to make it my source for my body's requirement for water. Do you see what I'm saying? When your substitute becomes your source, you are in trouble. And some of you are just running to that well, and you're like, I just need to achieve some more. Gosh, why am I so thirsty? I just need to date more. I just need to, and you're just trying. You're not going to the proper source. Where do you go when you're hungry? Where do you go when you're sad?
God. God.
Where do you go when you're longing to be loved?
God.
You go to a website?
So good.
Where do you go when you're angry? Where do you go when you're scared?
God.
Man, we like to numb our fear with Netflix, don't we? I was recently in the hospital with my daughter. She's had a crazy year of health stuff, and we wound up in the hospital twice in a year at UC Davis Hospital. And we're in the emergency room second time, and I just got ripped with fear. Like, I'm so scared for my daughter right now. I feel so nervous and overwhelmed and scared and what's going to happen. And I thought, you know what I need to do? I'm going to put on a show. Just put on a show and forget about it. Just going to put on a show, I'm not going to think about it.